If he is for me, then who's against me? Who can stand against? AJ Brown can't stand
Lauren
against.
has not watched it, but she says the edit of the century, I presume. I'm sure Darth Maul would agree.
L.
Maul. And then she replied, Jesus is calling, about Auburn. Truth. The Lord is with the Tigers. Alabama should have 5 losses. I think that Auburn's gonna... no, football. They should have lost...
Gosh.
Quinn Ewers should... If he had been alive... Not alive.
We watched that game.
Yeah.
He's healthy.
He would have... They were, like, taking it to Alabama. And Hudson Card should have beat them as well.
You'd say the same thing about UT almost losing to Pitt. They're like third string, hobbling quarterback.
Yeah,
Like,
I
put in
promise
work.
you, UT is overrated. And they blew out... They're good, but they're overrated. They blew out LSU. And LSU
They just
is...
had like marquee wins. They're a good team, but have like super marquee wins that overhype them.
Yes, the Florida win, that's what happened with Kentucky. Florida was so highly rated.
Okay, this is the thing with Kentucky. So Levis was hyped
Utah
up.
caused all of this, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was about to get
Utah
to that.
caused
Utah
LSU,
screwed up.
Tennessee, Kentucky.
Utah cost us our season.
Utah caused everybody pain. LSU is connected to the Utah game.
Utah overranked Florida, so when we beat them, we're like somehow top 5. And then Levis getting hurt like derails our season.
Utah affects every single SEC team. The Utah-Florida game. I would have like a YouTube video with like 8K views on, like if I was
really
like
quality.
It would be like 13 minutes long. It'd show a lot of highlights.
All
and
8K views have commented.
Yes, it's like
Most
massive
involved
debates.
A lot of like Timothy Edwards.
I'm a name.
Utah, like
my YouTube name is one that's known by a lot of people as like a good source for like sports stories.
I just got lurked. They totally did something.
Utah
linemen.
Utah being overrated, which they still are because they're in the Pac-12, has messed up everything. In the sense that Florida beats Utah, who's supposed to be really
Utah
great.
Somehow like number 7.
Yeah, and so a mid-Florida team beats Utah at home. Not even mid. Florida's not good. Mid-Florida.
Florida's below average.
They are below average. Slightly below mid. That's where I rank a lot of SEC teams. Only Georgia and Ohio State are great this year. There's a few good teams, and I'd put Michigan... the top of the good is TCU, Michigan, and like maybe that's it. And then everybody else, I'm creating a new one called slightly above mid, and that has Tennessee, Bama,
LSU.
No, LSU's not slightly.
LSU is good.
LSU got blown out by Tennessee, and they beat Alabama at home at night, and they had to do a 2-point conversion in overtime to do it.
South Carolina.
I know UT's not that good. Their defense is.
You said they're good.
No, I said that I ranked them good. They're better than LSU, 40-13. Alabama is better than neither, but I trust them more to because of Bryce Young and Will Anderson to be able to hold, and Nick Saban to do good. Nick Saban's actually not that great of a coach. He's a great recruiter and CEO. That's what he's good at. Malzahn consistently outcoached Nick Saban, but is not a good CEO whatsoever, and that's why we never were that good. But I mean,
you start a new Brody?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't started yet because I'm focused on this right here for some reason. But then Tennessee beats Florida, or no. Kentucky beats Florida first,
Kentucky
correct?
Beats Florida week 2.
And
yes,
that's
and massively
like hyped.
later.
Yes, and then they lose to UT But
I was
UT,
hyped because at the time I didn't know that Anthony Richardson was like trash. Like I knew he wasn't like insane.
he was Heisman hopeful.
He was super hyped up. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
And
so
us going to the swamp and beating them was like super like
I
insane.
know, and they were high.
Everybody knew that they were fraudulent.
And they were high rated. Ole Miss is fraudulent as well. Ole Miss doesn't have a defense. Auburn put up like 40 on Ole Miss. That's not this year's team. So I base all of this upon what I know of Auburn, and Auburn is slightly below mid. And so Auburn up 17-0 on LSU. Not in some super hype game. It's an afternoon kick. Auburn should have beaten LSU. LSU did not beat Auburn. Auburn lost. That's the way I'd describe that game. Auburn played against Auburn. Now, what that has to do with all of this is the fact that LSU blows out Tennessee, who gets ranked high because of Kentucky. Tennessee blows out LSU, who it loses to Florida State. Is
Our rankings
known
get destroyed because we lost to Ole Miss, and then Levis got hurt. We lose to South Carolina.
The SEC is a midfest. Besides Georgia, I promise. This is one of the worst years of college football in terms of like.
And randomly Vandy being like semi-relevant beating teams.
It's an interesting year in terms of like records and stuff.
Mid.
But the talent this year is incredibly not good.
Yeah.
There's not many talented teams, and this next upcoming draft isn't that good. This is like one of the
right.
most L draft classes I can think of in a while. Tank probably will stay at this point.
Next year will be insane because that's going to be like Anthony Richardson because he'll most likely stay, play another year. Then it'll be like Brock Bowers, which is like crazy.
There's like not that much going
And
on
Caleb
in terms
Williams.
of. They peaked at like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. That was peak. That was like tons of teams were like loaded and like awesome.
What, like 2019, 2020?
Yeah. From
Carry touchdown.
2013 through Trevor Lawrence was like one of the best eras of college football probably of all time.
Definitely up there. College football is always entertaining though.
It is. From 2004
No matter the
through
talent.
2010 was insane. And in terms of just like the names and the players and just like, you know, it went from like Carson Palmer to Cam Newton was that era. It started with Carson Palmer, ended with Cam. Had Reggie Bush, Vince Young, Bama's dynasty beginning, LSU being insane, Tim Tebow. That was like... And then 2013 was Nick Marshall, Johnny Manziel, through Trevor Lawrence, which includes Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow. Who else is in that?
Bailey Zappi.
Basically. Other studs like, pretty much, Justin Fields.
Every relevant, like,
JT
quarterback.
Barrett. Yeah.
A lot of people. Derrick Henry.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes. Baker.
Yeah.
Kyler. The Bosa boys, Ohio State, like, defense.
Chubb. Georgia
Yeah,
having
Nick Chubb.
Gurley Chubb. I guess Gurley was 2012, but Gurley, Chubb, Derrick Henry,
While also having, like,
Jalen Hurts.
Kenyon Drake, Damian
Jalen
Harris,
Hurts. That was
Tua.
like, I don't know what era is better.
2010 would have been like Julio, right? Julio.
2010 was AJ Green, Julio, DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, Cam
Stacked.
Newton, Nick Fairley, Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh ran like football for a period. Clay Matthews, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown, Jason Campbell, Carlos Rogers. Those
Jason
were Auburn's first round picks in the 2005 draft, and Cadillac was Rookie of the Year. But it was Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown, both like over 90 overall running backs on Madden. Jason Campbell, who had his best, was like an 88 and like probably like peak Kirk Cousins, like when Kirk Cousins was as good as he's been, that's like as good as Jason Campbell got, which is like actually pretty good, like fringe Pro Bowl. Carlos Rogers was like a 90-something overall corner for like 2 or 3 seasons in the league, and then was like a 80, and like, you know, corners depreciate quick. But that's an insane class to have the Thorpe winner, the best 2 running backs. 2004 Auburn they put Oklahoma and USC in the national title game, and we should have played USC. It was a blowout. It was like 44-10 or something. If Alabama was us, they would claim it as a title. Super Bowl.
Team up Ray, throwing the cash, making it rain. Rain not, making it rain not.
DK and Spencer Bullough.
And Jonathan Taylor. Stacked Seahawks, holy crap. And they probably have like someone else. Honestly, college sports in general peaked in that era.
2004 through Trevor Lawrence will never be replicated.
Well, that's also like our childhood, so we think it's better than...
It is. Talent-wise, it is. That's the dawn of 2004 through up is the dawn of the modern era of like college sports, which is like better
and
than
football.
Better than like
football
you know,
has changed in that era too.
I could include 03, but I don't know what happened in 03. Like, I know Carson Palmer was like 2004. And that's like the last guy that I know besides Peyton Manning. Like, I don't know what happened in 2001 or in, you know what I'm saying? It was Peyton Manning.
Was like, 2000 was Tim Couch.
But that's not like legendary. It is, but not really.
It's pretty legit.
It's legit, but that's like Nebraska. I guess that's Miami. But
yeah,
that was
like
still old
Miami.
school. That was still old school stuff.
Yeah.
Miami's prime was like
different sport.
Since Carson Palmer.
Miami's prime was the 2000s, like early 2000s.
Since Carson Palmer, since mid 2000s, it's been Reggie Bush, Carson Palmer,
like Vince
Russell Adams. 21 yards to start the Super Bowl. That's what we're here to do. Mow him. Russell mow him down, Adams. The game looks super crisp. This looks like extremely crisp. This is one of the best looking Super Bowls. It looks like very nice. It's awesome.
The field is like very taken care of. Groomed to perfection.
Raynaud has stayed tired, and he has 99 stamina. He's been tired for like years at this point. I'm throwing him a fade.
Carrying the receiving core.
I'm throwing him on an L2, L1 fade.
Putting up 4,000 yards is sure to make someone tired.
Having like close to 400 receptions in 2 seasons.
6,000 yards.
Already a Hall of Fame career.
I think 15K is what you need for Hall of Fame in Madden.
Really? Let him win another Super Bowl. Two seasons
win this
in.
game, he's probably a Hall of Famer.
2 seasons in, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, if you win this game and his legacy score goes up, if you were to lower his stats to 0, so he like auto retires, he's probably in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy.
That's the best I've ever heard of.
1 year is maybe possible if you were to draft a quarterback and like stick and get like 200 touchdowns and like no picks or something crazy.
200.
Draft an X factor that gets like the
Bo Nix is.
interception.
I did that with Bo. I did that with Bo Nix. That was what that was. Schwartz had 4,000 at receiving. This was Madden 21, PS4.
Yeah.
But Schwartz had, yeah, Bo had 110 and had like 30 something interceptions, which is actually insane in comparison. Micah, I don't know why you think that you'd be playing in this game. Oh, Youngblood got hurt. That's why you think you're playing. Zeke Bennett, Tavares. This team has so much depth. This is the best Raiders team I've fielded ever. Merrick has a superstar.
Did you not look at your team to see who went up?
No, nobody acted like they did. Superstar Merrick, I have to re-sign him. I told you it's like a earn it area for him. Deflator. Persistent. Merrick is everywhere lately. Since I've challenged him mentally, because you can't challenge him on the game, he's gone like literally insane.
Once you start your draft, I'm gonna like pause my game and like dissect this with you.
This is like probably the biggest draft.
This is the Camel's War Room. I'm driving to your house. I'm playing.
You could.
Nah.
That would actually be insane. The amount of notes. The amount of notes. I have a notebook over there that's about to be pulled out. Everybody's gonna be dissected because you know how big it would be if I make the correct decision. I want to make the right decision. I plan on it.
You know, I'm your domestic scout. I'm Stauffer at the domestic scout spot.
Now, look, I'm going to propose this to you. Stauffer domestic scout, 99. You can look at the coach's ratings, like for what they are. He's like he's a 99 overall head coach. And he has probably like 90s everything else. But I like that 2K is relevant in terms now. That was needed.
What, like Stauffer?
Yeah, having 2K thirst was needed to like increase Madden thirst.
Expunge this.
Yeah. 2K brings about more. Spain destroys Costa Rica in World Cup 7-0.
So is the America like still in it or what?
Yeah, America.
I don't know like anything.
It just started basically now.
Jokes.
There's been a lot of like qualifying games. Brazil lost a qualifying game the other day.
I tried to explain it the other day when we were playing COD, and I didn't understand any of it.
It's a point system, so like points for you.
Yeah,
it's a
if
points
you, like, win,
for,
you
points
get, like, 3
against.
Points. It's stupid. Just play like a freaking bracket, like a man.
But I think like, I agree. I think goals like matter too. Like if you give up a certain amount of goals, because I was listening like, now the Saudi Arabians don't really need to. They don't need to beat England here. They just need to leave it at 1-0. And they got beat like 4-1. And they're almost certainly out at this point. They couldn't afford the 4-0 loss. But
4-0.
Yeah.
To Zed.
But what I'm saying with the draft is that I think that now it's not me cheesing, but just to guarantee that I make the right decision at quarterback, I could potentially trade for the first pick, but not in a sense to stack. I don't have a first round pick, and it's just so I can guarantee that I have my choice at QB. I don't know how if that's because I don't have a first round pick, so I'm gonna but I want to trade to the first round.
I say you throw in, so you're going to get rid of all your quarterbacks, correct? Or are you having a battle with, like, Zappy and them?
Zappy's gone.
Like, does Zappy have a shot?
No.
Okay,
Zappy's thrown for 50 interceptions.
Throw Zappy, Spiegel, and Carr if you want
to
get rid of
leave
Carr.
Derek.
If not, then don't.
I'm going to leave Derek.
Okay,
Spiegel's
throw
gone.
everybody in a trade finder, and then to see how high of a pick, because they value quarterbacks, like, way too high. So just throw them in a trade finder and see what number pick you can get.
Let me think who else could Nate Hobbs is a contract year. Jonathan Abram. I'm looking to trade him.
Like Micah, don't you have to trade Micah Parsons?
Micah
like
and
Jamar
Micah,
Chase?
Micah, Jamar, and Hunter Renfro and Nate Hobbs are gone. They will this league gone. They didn't. I didn't re-sign them. Divine Diablo gone, so I can't trade them. They're not going to be available to trade. I couldn't trade them during the season because I didn't have cap space. Until all of a sudden is magically available, 97 million. I don't have an insane. Raynaud's getting guaranteed money soon. In years of it.
You're restructuring his deal just to give him money.
Disley in an alternate universe. Thugonomics.
Owning his own team.
Thugonomics. I don't know what that is. I'm about to look that up. Because it's like a rap group. It may be like Project Pat or something. If you want to hear a cuss word, every other word, but beats that sound like the definition of crunk.
Project Pat.
It's cuz. That's how I know it. It's John Cena. Cuz talked about this all the time. He didn't put me on. I don't know the song.
Cuz totally put you on.
But I know that I remember hearing Cuz say thugonomics, and I loved the word thugonomics with a passion.
Did you know Google makes a phone? Sure, it's beautiful, but it does things other phones can't do, which is how
the top comment is ruthless aggression Cena, and then like the little gator mouth pointing towards that, eating it. It's Easton saying ruthless aggression Cena, fruity pebbles Cena. I don't know what that means.
It's a John Cena rap song?
It's called John Cena Basic Thugonomics. It sucks.
Sounds awesome.
It's terrible, but
very unthug.
It's white and
very gentle.
Cuz loves
gentle
this.
Young man.
One of the verses, somebody said, Courage GVO 3 years ago says, and this has 3.6k likes. He says, this is the hardest bar ever, according to him. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. It's not the hardest. It's massively mid. Somebody said, Ayo Breeze, pause.
What?
Who's Ayo? Why'd you say Ayo Breeze? Ayo Breeze, pause.
2007 humor.
Come on, Breeze. I don't understand the comments at all. No wonder Cuz doesn't make no sense. Comments like by Carlos Salmeron 2 years ago. My time is now equals Cartoon Network. Basic Thugonomics equals Adult Swim.
I understand that. He has a song called My Time Is Now.
How do you know it?
Because it's a famous song. Play it.
You don't know Thugonomics though?
It's like his walkout song. That's John Cena's walkout song. Is My Time Is Now.
Oh. That's bam bam bam.
You can't see me. My time is now. Something like that. Play it. I guarantee it's something like that.
Hold on. I'm about to start playing
Can't
Super
see
Bowl.
me, my time is now.
Here we go. Raynaud, I'm going deep. Tune in. Raynaud! Overthrown by Zappy! Derek Carr's winning a Super Bowl. Get out.
Listen. Yeah.
This song's actually kind of hard.
It doesn't sound like John Cena at all. It sounds like Jay-Z. Yeah, see, you can't see me. My time is now.
Cartoon Network, and then the other was Adult Swim.
Opposite. This is Adult Swim. Like
Cartoon Network
French
superior.
nude cussing. When I'm like a kid.
That's true.
I get scared because I'm scared to pop up like naked people cussing.
Bobby Hill.
Yeah, like, dang it, Bobby.
Gosh. He never said the D word. He never said G-O-D and the D word. He'd say he would usually not say the D word. Yeah, but sometimes he'd say he'd say God, and then wouldn't say the D word. He'd say God, but wouldn't say the D word. He'd say dang it.
Derek Carr's in?
Yep. He's winning the Super Bowl.
In the first quarter? What the heck was that?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Play and watch him.
Like, move. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Super weird.
The Thugonomics. I've started saying that today. I don't know why. That's the first time it's ever popped in my head, but Thugonomics is the essence of these Raiders. It's not the song, though. My time is now is the essence of the way that this team sounds, except for Merrick getting blown by no X Factor DK.
Bravo, dude.
DK downgraded.
John Cena went off on this one.
Hey, I'm never gonna have.
It's the franchise boy. Hey, John A had to do it to him on this one, though. I haven't had my phone like hours. I'm about to go get it and look how many noties I have. Guaranteed thousands. Oh my gosh. Millions.
You have it?
9 missed calls from Dad. 16,000 camels. A mom text. ESPN. Battery sufficient. Emails.
Big day. Big day at the office. I get somehow, I didn't sign up for like notifications from Niatus, but he like gives me them anyway on like Spotify. It's like Spotify.
I listen to his Spotify stuff pretty consistently.
I stopped with him. He's not for me.
I don't watch his videos consistently, but I listen to it whenever I'm at work. I've gotten big into Spotify listening to stuff just to kill time.
Hold on.
I'd rather listen to like people talk about stuff I like care about than like music.
That's at work what I do. I would listen, go to podcasts right now and look up Locked On Kentucky.
Yeah, I already know.
Auburn, Locked On Auburn, I would save them for the week. For my one day, I would listen to 5 Locked On Auburns on a Friday at Kroger.
Yeah, I know.
It was like...
I remember when you did this. I have a bunch of different Kentucky pods I know.
I mean, I know others, but that's the one that's the most interesting and consistently best in terms of, like, it's like listening to, like, I guess when ESPN was good. ESPN sucks. I can't stand watching ESPN at this point.
Now it's like idiots.
I don't even like SEC Network unless it's like Dari Noka and if it's not Dari Noka, Takeo, Ben Watson, Doring, or the who's their basketball people?
It's like LaFonso Ellis.
Late hit.
It's like LaFonso Ellis, and like, I don't even know. I just know LaFonso Ellis is on it. He's cool. Every time he like comes on to talk during the halftime show, my dad loves to remind me that he was a baller, and I knew he was. That's like,
really. My dad likes talking about Chris Doring played at Florida.
Yeah, like what's his name? Patrick Young. My dad's super involved with Patrick Young.
What the crap is Disley doing for Florida in like 2012? That play was broken. I couldn't do anything. Unbelievable.
My dad was like, he was so good. I was like, yeah, Dad, I know. I've
Patrick
watched
Young?
him with you.
Yeah, we were like alive and like
I know. I was like, yeah, Dad.
capable of understanding things. That's like KT Harrell Auburn era. Do you know of KT?
I mean, I've heard the name.
KT Harrell hit game winners in SEC championships to keep us alive, or SEC tournament. We like upset like 2 teams in a row in the SEC tournament. Made it to like we made it to like the game before the championship and lost. But that was like that was with Bruce, and that was like a first for Auburn basketball to do anything relevant at all. And it was KT Harrell hitting like game winners. KT Harrell could shoot. He's Auburn's current coaching staff.
Nice.
Marcus Ferris is so good. And he has like a classic looking uniform. And I think Reynaud does too. And Carl Harris. That's the thing about them. They all have drip and it's all different, but it's all baller.
Reynaud's like 80s Raiders drip.
Gold cleat Reynaud, once he hit 99, has been a different monster. I shouldn't have thrown that. That was me. I did a decision like I did earlier and paid for it. That was stupid.
Losing the ball?
I would. I'm like not focused. I want so badly to like do everything else. And all the Auburn
You want
talk.
the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
But all the outside sports talk has thrown me off and like thirsted me of speech and like areas on sports. To the
I'll drop 2 to the Bengals and Eagles.
it's a late.
I'm not
it's a
really
late.
focused at all, and I'm like spamming Derrick Henry.
It's a
I
late
wasn't paying attention and
unfocused.
had like, yeah.
Running stick, not elaborate with the scheme. Running stick and like tight in attack. Like
I've been running like curls and somehow didn't even realize I had like 35 carries with Derrick Henry.
If I'm running, it's like when you like what Jordan talked about the other day, driving without realizing what you're really doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm throwing picks like across the middle.
I'm thinking I have enough back to throw like RPOs.
Trying to like
I
just
think I'm deep enough in the Duffy.
But you're just actually unfocused enough to like seriously win the game.
Running RPOs where it's like a 10-yard out route that is like physically impossible to let develop.
You know that
handoff
pick
comes
I
way
threw
too
to Marcus
fast.
Ferris where you asked me who I was throwing it to? That
Yeah.
was that.
Is that
It was
what
like he
you're
was
doing?
running like a play action China.
Yes. Like some plays in Madden aren't even designed to work.
Where in the world? Watch that. Jordan Davis
Broke
came
the
with
sack, Bolo, Dillard.
Bulla. Dillard, the line is like baller. Jordan Davis has 3, but gets there consistently.
This
He just
Titans
got-
team is going to thrive off of me drafting stud O-linemen. That's
The
what I'm
nine-
going to pride my skills on.
The 98 overall offensive line.
Yeah, I'm getting... In Kentucky, we call it the Big Blue Wall, like our O-line. This is the Big Blue two-tone wall.
You know what the Raiders
Two-tone
call
blue
it?
Wall.
You have one guess, 2 guesses, because if you know it, you'll do it in one. What do the
Men in
Raiders
black.
call their offensive line?
I probably would have known this at one point, but forgotten.
It's
Probably
not.
something like Men in Black.
It's a modern era thing. So since we've had like, I don't know,
Something with
Derek Carr.
pancakes, probably.
It's car insurance. It's awesome.
That's cool. Our nickname is Trash.
What is it?
That's it.
The big blue wall.
Just trash.
Oh.
No, Titans. Our line just sucks.
Oh. I mean, ours does too, but back when Donald Penn and like Gabe Jackson was like a Pro Bowler, they called it car insurance. Donald Penn, Rodney Hudson,
For you,
Gabe
like,
Jackson.
traded your whole team away.
yeah. We should have kept Jack Del Rio.
Khalil Mack.
We should have kept Jack Del Rio.
And probably that one, like, Khalil Mack guy.
I think
up
probably
being
that
pretty
one, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, that would have been a good one, too.
He like became unpleased with us, and so did Khalil Mack. Derek Carr and Khalil Mack are still like best friends. They were the same draft class.
No! I accidentally just simmed a week! No! I just
What do you-
freaking blew it.
What do you mean you simmed a
I just
week?
beat the Jags. I didn't, so I'm like not even paying attention at all. I just played the Eagles game and like simmed it, but didn't know I did. I just simmed the Jags week and won.
Probably would have won anyway.
Probably. And it was a breakout game for Monty Hooker. That's payback for me accidentally doing that.
I wouldn't sweat it. Don't sweat the technique, Eric being Rakim. Where did I trade Josh Jacobs to? I traded Josh Jacobs to the...
That was like the very first week he like played. Probably like Bears.
Maybe.
Bears always get my trades because they're the first team that pop up.
That is true. Eagles. Josh Jacobs is an Eagle for Jordan Davis.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Worked out for both teams. Jacobs has gone insane with the Eagles and wouldn't have with me. And Jordan Davis is stalwart on the defensive line. But is only like an 83. So he stayed like...
He has a release. This receiver is insane. He's gonna like break ankles. Like catching everything. His acceleration is decent to solid, but that's like the only bad thing about him. It takes him a minute to get to top speed, but his top speed is endless.
I just did a high throw, good accuracy, and I got pass interference and they double teamed him. Isolating Reynaud by himself, running spacing switch and making it happen. Picked off. I shouldn't have thrown it. I knew not to.
Losing the bowl?
Fringe.
You're not careful.
I know. This team is good. They have DK and freaking Jonathan Taylor and a superstar quarterback that's only a 79. Anytime you're a superstar and only a 79, Madden's like Paul Potter's you.
Trevor Lawrence. Only 400 yard a game, 2 incompletions, 5 touchdowns.
Herbo.
Laviska Shenault and Jamal Agnew, like 8.
Uh-oh.
And they randomly pick up somebody like Tutu Atwell.
I need to put in... See, what happens is I put in Jabril at safety because he has
tight end?
Probably fake. Gardner. He is.
Is that Chig Okonkwo?
It's Gardner. He's fake.
Oh.
Jabril is a slot corner, but lost his job to Terrell Lewis this year as the third corner because Terrell Ricardo
Lewis.
Ricardo Lewis played at Auburn and is the one that caught the ball against Georgia. I need to change his name to Terrell because that's what I call him. Jordan Davis.
Colin Stroud, the Western quarterback, is very mid for like the potential.
I would Stecker. I'd get a low rated.
Yeah, I'll probably get a low rated one, but just me drafting him doesn't mean that I'm like, this is my guy. He's gonna have to earn it over Tanny in the league.
Go like a fringe round, like 3 or 4 guy. We never do that. It's
There's
either
a
like
few guys in here, like Bruce Nash.
It's either a 7th rounder or like a.
It's either number 1 or number 259.
4th down. They're gonna have to punt it. See if we can't get it back with 1 second left.
I like a few guys in here. They're kind of all the same type. Bruce Nash is the only unique one of the bunch here.
2 seconds. We gotta play. All right, let's see.
He has the Bruce Nash has the violent throwing motion, which sounds awesome. Fast, violent.
I have one play. It's stick.
Simply does not stick.
And we're gonna move Ferris to this side and send them deep.
And I'm probably gonna pick up this undrafted Auburn QB because he's fast. What Malik probably is.
Picked off.
Out of range. Is that Carr or is that Zap?
Derek, it was deeper
Give
than.
Speed a drive. Let's see what Speed can do.
In the bowl?
In the bowl.
Throw it deep, baby.
Martian Death Beam.
On Earth. I want Jared Spiegel.
Give me Jared Spiegel in the bowl. Let's see who's just randomly in like the free agent pool at week 15.
95 throw power, 76 short throw, 77 deep, 76 short, 77 mid, 75 deep. Zappy only has 79 deep, but he has 91 mid and 89 short, which is equal with Derek and higher than Derek. Derek can throw on the run and throw under pressure. Zappy's, at this point, the better option than Derek. Oh, I play 8 minutes.
Yeah, I play a minute.
I didn't realize. I thought I played 7.
You play in the number of the devil.
That's because I'm used to seeing only 7, because I never see it at 8. And so I just thought, 7.
The first minute you're too locked in. I usually don't like doing like the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator things because it gives them like dumb boosts that don't really make sense. Where it's like +5 strength, because that like completely changes a player. You know what I'm saying?
I like those. That's a part of the game. That's like new and good and needed.
Yeah, but it changes players.
That's like what. That's what's it called, Dad?
NCAA, I know.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
It was their new feature coming into 14, and then they took it away from like every other game until this one.
Last one.
It was in the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember it. Interesting to see the hours. Probably more hours on the last game. Way more hours on the last game. Gosh, I barely played this one. I'm only. This is my 3rd season.
Your 3rd season, yeah. Last one you probably played a combined like 15 or so.
Yeah, you probably played a combined like 30.
Yeah, probably. I can look at our hours real quick while I'm just watching. I don't even know how to do that. It's like too many menus to go through.
It's a ton.
Profile.
It's like the old. It's like when we first got PS5, trying to figure out how to like share screen. Party chat.
Okay, so Madden 22, I had 614 hours. This Madden, I have 147.
Are you on pace for the next year? I don't know how to do the averages.
I don't know if I'm on pace. I kind of came alive late in the year. Hang on, Jerry's calling. Hello. What's up? Nah, probably not tonight. What? I just don't want to.
What do you ask?
Y'all play. Alright, see ya.
Spiegel's in. What did he ask?
He asked if I wanted to play with him in Warzone. You have 80 hours on this game, so I have
Spiegel.
60.
Whoa. Watch that. Watch that throw. Throw in motion? I don't remember it. I don't remember him. I wasn't familiar with his game.
I have like 70 more hours on Madden than you.
That's a cannon.
The flick.
I haven't been home, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I know. You have like 5 times the amount of hours I do on Red Dead.
Jordan.
Okay, so that's right.
That's Jordan stuff.
So last year, Madden, you had 290 and I had 614.
You also had a summer.
I had double. Yeah, that's true. Where I played a bunch. I played double the amount you did. Then Madden 21, the year before, whenever we like fringe didn't even know each other, you had 266, I had 476. So I played about double that year too.
I consistently played with, I lost thirst after, what's it called? Accidentally deleting it.
Played 2K20 way more than I did.
Me?
Oh, on this account. My old account got banned. It's so gay. I had like thousands of hours on 2K20.
Who was 2K20 cover? Anthony Davis?
Let me look.
I don't remember 2K20 that much.
I remember playing it a crap ton. I played that game so much. Then my account got banned because my dad. So I had like the yearly membership thing, like Plus, before I knew like about game sharing. I thought you like actually had to buy it, you know.
Yeah.
So I had like the year pass, and I guess it's set up to where it was like.
What's a year pass do?
Like membership, it gives you membership for a year, like a 12-month subscription.
To what?
PS Plus.
You don't have a year membership either? Still?
I do. I have it from like game sharing off Preppy because he's like a tryhard. He always buys it.
I have to renew a PS Plus membership every year.
I don't. I just get off Prep.
I didn't know that's a thing.
What I'm saying. I did. Yeah, you can game share like memberships, but I didn't get off Preppy at the time. Now I do. But so I had that like reoccurring fee, you know, but it'd come off my dad's account, like my dad's bank account, and he got
like
super mad.
It's $60 a year.
Yeah, and he saw it and he was like, "What is this?" And but he didn't tell me like that it was happening. So one time he literally called PlayStation and told him like to stop doing that, and like he thought that someone hacked into like our account or something and bought something for like $60. My dad is clueless about like technology, so they thought I was hacking and banned my account indefinitely, and my old account was like stacked.
Why'd they think you were hacking?
Because like a random $60 charge, and my dad told them that it wasn't him. He was like, that was not me. So they like banned my account. And I was like stacked on like 2K. I'd played Park, like so there's like rep, like levels in Park. I don't know about that. Well, I was like superstar, which is like like super high. Like you have to play for like ever.
That's
like
Cedric
that's
Williams.
Like year 5.
That's skill points, 97 overall stuff.
Yes, you have to play like a crap load, and I would literally play like I'd stay up when everybody got off and play by myself, so I'd like get rep, and then that got taken away from me. And my Madden, I had like 500 hours on Madden 21.
NCAA 14.
I was so pissed.
NCAA 13, really. NCAA 13, I had a season that went to 2040, starting from 2012, and. I would come home. One time I played for an entire day. Like literally, I woke up and I went through 2 seasons, and it was because I had a recruiting class that I wanted to do. No, what you've done? I've done like an 8 or 9 game Stecker day.
You skipped like school.
I've had an 8 or 9 game Stecker day, but I've like at least at like 4 o'clock or something changed. But this was like literally, I was in our family room. In front of the whole house, because that's where it was at, and because it was my dad's. And my dad had a season that he still has, and he's in like 2070.
I'm gonna turn on the
He
boxy.
just hasn't played.
If it gets too loud, just tell me. I'll turn on the lowest setting.
You turn it on what?
The box fan.
Mine's on the low.
You put me on the box fan. Can't lie. Dominant. Sleeping pleasure's gone up immensely. It's like most. Like,
do you sleep with it facing you?
Yes, blasting me.
Yeah. The deep
noise helps, but the feeling of like coldness helps.
The deep cover.
Yeah.
Entrenched in a palace. Yeah.
Yeah. My comforter's like I'm underneath the mountain.
I have a comforter that I put a quilt on top of it, and it's basically it's like your comforter, but it feels like it's super light and airy, but like it's a mountain.
I'm in my bed right now. I just got under the comforter, the boxy on, with
Are you
the
not
live
on,
stream and the headset on.
You're not on game anymore?
No, I'm about to lock in. The off season's coming up.
Are you quarter? Oh yeah, I see.
I'm locking in. I'm in the war room. I'm pulling up Apple Page, pulling up Word documents,
and watching Spiegel cook. 8 for 8!
I told you.
8 for 8! Oh my gosh! And what is Marcus Ferris doing? What was that move?
Marching.
The skip.
The skip to my Lou? Marcus skip to my Lou Ferris?
Skip to my Lou Ferris.
Every player in like the NBA in the 80s had Skip to my Lou as their nickname.
RPO zone bubble alert to my 98 juking. Nope.
Who's 98 juke?
He has like Raynaud has 93.
Yeah. I thought it was Disley.
Bullet pass, good accuracy.
0 yards.
Carl Harris is 8 for 96. Raynaud is so nasty. I know you saw that.
Yeah, you broke him.
He 3 for 18 in the Super Bowl.
Who even was that? Was that Michael Ojemudia?
Raynaud's Spiegel's gonna stay perfect. I'm not gonna let him miss a pass.
He's averaging almost like
Spiegel could fringe stay on the roster.
10.1 yards a pass or something like that.
I wish this was I wish this was like 2K also, where players would like increase in skill in the off season.
Yeah. But Madden does it better, honestly. It's more realistic. It needs to be both.
Yeah.
There needs to be like camp.
Yeah. Send players to camp.
If they added like, yes, but you play the camp, and your performance determines their overall.
All right, big
like,
read play
the
here.
Drills, you remember like the Bobby Norris and Romero Scott drills, where it's like you had to get gold.
Yeah.
It needs to be that, and if you like don't get gold, you have to play like a plethora of drills.
It
I'd be so
upgrades.
down.
I would too.
Yes.
But like better drills like, than that. It needs to be like real
out,
things.
Like deeper out.
It needs to be like real things.
Deep accuracy or something.
I want it to be like I'm not a big drills fan. I don't know how to. I want it to be like
angle tackling.
Watch some old Madden stuff if you've ever. Oh! I could hear my echo in the your headphone.
Yeah. I know like the old ones where like
there's like the dummies.
Yes, and there's like balls flying at you, and you have to like evade them and like pass it to like
oh,
the
that was
guy and crap.
super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, that stuff.
Me and Jaden Crouch like had like our type of humor, and we would do like PS2. We'd go down to my basement, and we had like a Thug TV, like your grandma. Thug is like becoming a word like commonplace. We had like your grandma's.
Basement would be dominant. If
your grandma's. It was your grandma's TV, and we played PS2 Road to Glory, and we were like dying laughing because to do it you have to like spam the X button to run the 4-yard dash, and we had a 4-star quarterback that
hard.
And we were like 6-second speed, and the way his like form, he's like ugh. And it was one of like the hardest laughs I've like ever had. We were both like dying laughing. And then one day he came
spamming unbelievably hard for a 6-second 40.
Yeah. And then they had the throw-in power one where you had to like run to like the goal line, and then you could see how far you could throw it, and you would throw like 7 feet. And you'd like throw it straight down, and we were trying so hard. Like a 2-star.
That's like doing the combine in 2K, like the bench press.
Yes.
You always get like 0 reps.
You're like, oh.
0 reps. You have to like balance it. Stupid.
You go in and you think like massively. You're thinking like, real hard about like, all right, here we go.
You do the practice drill, then you go.
You actually do fringe. You do like mid in the practice drill. You're like, all right, we'll live with it. That's decent compared to like.
Yeah, I get like 9 reps, and then I go full thing, and I'm like 0 to 1.
Half a plate.
Weakest player in draft.
Merrick! DK, 2 rushes, 3 yards. Anytime they do that run, they just blew someone up.
And the 40 in 2K, or like the like 3 quarters.
One time me and Jaden played like.
Sprint.
One time me and Jaden played. We made fun of Aiden Miller. He was always like, oh, and like using that as like a voice that he thought was funny. And it's Aiden Miller was to me and Jaden what Easton is to us. Where like it was just like he did stuff that wasn't funny, but he thought it was, or thought it was like cool, and it was funny because he would do it. Basically that. But Aiden would be like, ugh, and that was like his humor, and him and his friends. And Jaden used to be like super big, like best friends with him. And then like pretty much left him for me, but it was the same type deal. So we'd be like, oh, doing that while like trying to run the 40-yard dash, and it basically be doing like, like trying to do the 40 and like sucking and like, slam X.
Athletic recruit ever.
Like stupid game, F it.
Whatever. I'm going for that.
It was like,
Chrissy, where you at? I'm coming over.
Peak comedy was the basement with Jaden, or playing like WNBA 2K when it came out, and like not subbing from our bench and keeping fatigue on. It was like greatest game like ever played. I had a girl for like the Phoenix Smurf. I had used whatever team Brittany Griner was on because I remember watching old
Smurfs.
I don't know.
Like watching Aces or something.
Watching whatever team Brittany Griner was playing with Brittany Griner's team, because when we were kids on the old Sports Center that was like goated, Brittany Griner was like they were showing her dunking at like Baylor, and I was like very intrigued and thought it was like I was like Easton, like thought it was like Easton would be like
she's like best player ever.
And so that was my knowledge going into, and like knowing of Candace Parker, and they were like on the same team. They're on the same team.
Are they?
Or like any UConn team with like Maya Moore.
Yeah, and like Deladon.
Yeah. It's like I knew a lot of Sports Illustrated for kids.
Humor, like inside joke with my family, or mostly just like me, Jared, and Dad. Oh my, that catch by Cousins was like insane on the
Cousins,
sideline.
270, 6'5", Moby Stroker.
Like an inside joke with Jared was we went to like the women's Final Four because it was in like Bridgestone Arena, just because like
it's like
only
$7
thing to do. Yeah, and in like 2012, and we saw Deladon play, and after the game, their team was like come down the escalator, and Jared winked at her, and she like smiled back at him. It's like my whole childhood, we like trolled that Deladon was like into Jared, even though he's like 10. And she's like a lesbian. Like $multi-million.
Isn't her name like Ella Deladon?
Yeah, something like that. Bella Della.
And then at some point, like fringe, like early high school, middle school for you, it was like the South Carolina people were like twins.
Yeah. yeah.
SEC Network was all over that. Like Darinoka, like, and here comes the Gamecocks storming back, and like going over the recap. And it's like Mississippi State, South Carolina action that no one.
UConn, I thought was like
insane.
The place.
Greg Amuriamria. I don't can't. Ariama.
UConn was like the old like UCLA in men's. Is like how UConn was like growing up.
I just remember like the 2010s like Maya Moore. It's like what I know.
I don't really care.
There's another name that I can't think of that is also like a... No, it's a black point guard. Maya Moore is the first girl basketball player I remember hearing of.
Mine was probably Deladon or Sue Bird.
And then
Brittany
second
Griner.
was Brittany Griner, then Candace Parker, then the
Famous
Stanford
WNBA.
Okambagwe twins.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like this one girl. I know.
Deanna Taurasi.
No, I didn't know her. That's a new
Breonna
thing.
Stewart.
Fringe.
It's Elena Deladon.
She was on the. Did you get Sports Illustrated for Kids?
No, I never.
I
got
did.
Magazines.
I got Sports Illustrated for Kids. I think it was like super cheap, so my mom would order them for me. I'm picking this screen off. It's not a
Who's
screen.
like
They tricked me.
Asia Wilson?
Oh,
Who's the
I didn't mean to change to him. Asia Wilson, I've heard of her as well, but
Yeah, I know like some of these people. Liz Cambridge. She's like 6'10", ain't she?
I don't know her. Brittany Griner was old Sports Center, the greatest thing ever. When you wake up with Stan Everett and Neil Verrett and like Stan Everett, best mornings.
I'd wake up and watch like
I'd watch.
Nick for Kids.
I would watch SpongeBob until what's it called?
SpongeBob.
No, Jim. I would wake up early, and I woke up at 4 because I was put to bed at 8 every night until I was like in middle school.
Gosh, I was 9. Yeah, I was 9 until like high school. I had a girl break up with me in middle school because I went to bed too early.
Well, keep in mind that I lived in the United States and like was at a school that nobody cussed, and like so I was sheltered, and then went because of just not being told stuff and going into like I was in like a fantasy world of like Auburn winning national titles and
yeah.
Cam Newton, and like nobody cussed, and I was like a superstar playground football player at our like elementary school, fringe most popular, because like I was legitimately friends with everyone, and there wasn't really like popularity, but like I was commonly thought of as the funniest because I could do weird beatboxing and stuff, and knew most about Auburn living in Auburn, so that was like most popular in a time when that didn't matter, and so it wasn't even viewed as popular, but I was legitimately friends with the weirdest to the coolest. And also, Shannon Raynaud. Oh, the tip touchdown!
In the bowl.
Spiegel. That's one of the. He just let it rip from 50.
Spiked it off his head. Spiked it off his head. Replay.
I didn't see it.
Raynaud spiked it off his head. Total disrespect. Replay the celly.
Oh, we about got it.
Spiked on his head.
The Raynaud head spike touchdown.
Legendary.
I'm gonna
That's like
let
a
this
Super Bowl all-time moment.
I'm gonna let this play, and I might record this. Oh my
David
gosh!
Long Jr.
This is a picture.
They put David Long Jr. on Raynaud.
That's a picture.
It's like not even lined up correctly. Standing up, not in a stance at all.
Oh my goodness.
Fast forward a little bit to where he's like in a stance, like play defense.
He wasn't.
Well, why?
Unprepared.
Awful.
Raynaud's him.
Get the Super Bowl in the back with the billboard. Tilt it up a little bit so you can see the billboard on the back. There's like a little video board that says
I got
Super
it. I
Bowl.
got it. You'll see.
Yeah, I see.
All right, we're gonna probably clip this.
Raynaud has like thunder calves and like cankles.
David Long, like, in coverage. Look
I
at
think he
that.
just grabbed it. I don't even know if he tipped it. I think he just grabbed it out of his hand.
He tipped it.
Yeah, he did tip it. He just grabbed it. Like teleported into his lap.
He pinned it to his... Raynaud.
Face mask on Raynaud.
No, Raynaud pinned it to it.
Double spike? Catch it off the face mask?
That's the greatest catch in Super Bowl history. Raynaud, come down with it then, brother.
Catch it off the face mask and throw it back in it? Let's see the celly. Oh. Off his neck?
This is the angle. We'll let it...
Oh, get David Long kneeling to him. If you fast forward to a certain point, it looks like he's kneeling to Raynaud.
And
Right
here's
after
the
the
rest.
catch. It looks like David Long is kneeling. If you get it at the right time.
I'm saving that. That's going to be a solid one, but I saw that. Respect.
Oh, it's just off. The little fisheye camera angle they give you is like awesome.
They used to not be blurry when you'd zoom in like that.
They do it for like cool camera angles. If you get it right, it could be cool.
Is that right? Man in the arena, chanting Raynaud. That's like one of the greatest catches I've ever had.
Bobo's gonna win Most Improved Player.
The Raynaud helmet catch. There's a whole lot of helmet. That's like super HD graphics. That looked awesome. Video is cool. Is that what you said, or is it video's funny?
I think I was like, that was funny.
Video's funny. That was like one of the hardest edits I've ever seen. The video, you watching the video, and then commenting on the video. Cross court Merrick.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw now on first down.
Sit down.
17 seconds now on the clock here. Line of scrimmage again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
They're just throwing Hail Marys.
Now a desperation throw.
Stroking some moves.
I'm lurking one of these with Troy. Oh my! Spencer.
Oh, have I waited.
Here it is. Hold on, you know we gotta watch it. Viva Las Vegas. Spieg has earned a right to remain on roster. Spiegel and Bullock. Spiegel! It started and ended.
Speech.
Rub it, Jared. There it is. Max. Who's up there with them? Debo? Dillard? Jordan Davis? Trayvon? Spiegel!
Holding the freaking Lombardi.
His name is etched. His name is etched. He had a beautiful game.
I predicted the Kings being great. I remember using them, and I was like, this is like a great team. They're leading the NBA right now in points per game.
Carr threw 3 picks. Zappy went 3 for 5, and I went to Carr. Spiegel threw 4 touchdowns and went 20 for 21 for 269. Average 12. That's a baller game. Reynaud 9 for 127, 3 touchdowns. Harris, look at that. That's beautiful. 127, 104, and 103. Keelan Turner gives up 1 sack and thousands of snaps, and then gives up 2 in the biggest game. Troy, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 4 total. Common Trayvon pick. There it is. It's 10:51. That's not even bad. Trabmull. Don't know how I can keep upgrading his man when he's like maxed out. +1 man, +4 zone. And now he's pure 99 man coverage. First guy I've ever had with
+4 zone. Caleb
just
Farley
now.
had 99 man in zone.
99 play rec, 96 press. You would have guys that have like insanely. I'm not a good corner
I
guy.
get like, yeah, I get recruits that come just because my corner production. Junior Cheeks. Gosh. What you know about Junior Cheeks?
What do you know about Nick
original
Mobley?
Cheeks Island.
What do you know about Randy Weiner? Weiner Island? What do you know about Dante Cousins?
Weiner and Cheeks? Weiner and Cheeks would be a deadly combo.
Cheeks and Weiner. Look at his vertical threat. Playmaker is the
64.
vertical threat. I told you, he's no good, but he makes every play. 6'5",
Vertical
272.
threat is just like receiving tight end.
He does everything I need. 81, 83, 81, 81. Come
He's
on
Austin
now.
Hooper.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know.
He's a worse Austin Hooper.
We employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach.
I wish I wasn't McDaniels. I wish I was the owner.
Dealers are putting battery power in the hands of America.
What's that?
I'm not a big McDaniels guy at the moment.
Well, you just said earlier you're sticking with them.
The Raiders are.
America,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
find yours.
Whoa. Oh, no, that's my board. Never mind. I was about to say. Carl Clark
Draft
and
Central
Curtis Lindsey are...
Clark.
Like,
Spellman's 3?
that's my board. That's my board.
Yeah. Spellman at 3. Carl begging you, Clark.
Look at
That
that.
song played whenever I was... Carl,
Super Bowl
Troy,
MVP,
Ray.
Jared Spiegel. Are
Oh
you
my
kidding me?
gosh! Written in the stars.
Spiegel goes 20 of 21 for 269 and 4 touchdowns and leads the Raiders to our only offensive touchdowns of the game.
It's written in the stars.
The year before, whoa! 31 is the number. Rocky Sin was deep player. They hate on Reynaud. Reynaud should have been a 2-time MVP.
Blake Warren. Chiefs D-end.
2022,
He been real quiet.
I didn't go there in 2022, but I had Defensive Player of the Year and Defensive Rookie in Troy. That's real crap. Derek Carr was MVP, and then this year it's Spiegel.
Go back as far as those records can go. Hold R2 and just go straight up. See how like far back it goes.
6-6.
Hard to
Melfar.
Lynn Barney. These names sound familiar. Mean Joe Green. Bruce Taylor, Franco Harris.
Usually the
Go
offensive.
down. Go to 71. O.J. Simpson. That's cool. Go to 71.
No offensive player. Alan Page. Remember when we were put on him?
Yeah, wasn't he like a 250-pound defensive tackle?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, yeah, man, he's the best player of all time.
Alan Page is the Vikings guy.
Yeah.
And they had that other guy too, and they were insane.
Yeah,
That was a goated era of everything.
70s?
No. When we were watching those videos. Stabler, the MVP in 74.
Jackrabbit era?
No, that was like
probably around,
it was
like, the
last spring.
November, like, October.
It was like last spring, like March. Last March was kind of goated.
November and October camels of last
They
year.
were
Prime.
and then the January camels were goated, and between me and you, it was like March was like a goated era for like NFL
Jackrabbit
remembrance.
was prime.
Yeah, that was October
Jackrabbit
stuff.
was penultimate. Jackrabbit and Stecker were like the same era.
That is true.
We went on like a Cinderella run.
We did. Will it be topped? I doubt it, because Stecker literally
Head coach
caused
Forrest
bank.
Gregg.
Stecker's caused like $800 of
Moved
spending.
mountains.
Stecker's caused more than that, because I wouldn't
Like
have wanted to get
thousands of
Madden.
hours.
I would have gotten Madden 23, but I don't know if I would have been willing to buy it had I not had fun on Madden 22. So he's caused like probably upwards of thousands.
Alright, brother, get into it.
Let's do it. Now this is gonna be a process now. I'm going to
I know.
look. Uh-oh.
You still got free agencies.
I know. Once I get their pro days.
I'm begging you.
Up the Russ upgrade time. Let's see, what do we want? Russ could be a little bit more loosey-goosey. Okay. He's a good running back. Ferris. +3 break tackle on Marco. He's up to a star. They moved him up. He's gonna be a superstar this upcoming year.
Ferris?
Yep, they moved him up to a star.
Why is he going to be a superstar?
Because he's had 1,000 breakouts this year. They just never gave him one to move up to a star. They gave him ones that would have given him up like +5 catching or something.
Yeah, like the tandem breakout.
I just keep upgrading Keelan Turner's agile. Because he's kind of really
you always
small.
develop your linemen where they're like super one-sided. Remember Logan Hall was like 99 pass
Yeah,
block, but
and had
0
like
run
nothing
blocking.
else.
You try to run and you get like toppled.
I create specialists. Chancellor is a
But
specialist
your
of
play
awesome.
style varies greatly. Some
Chad
games you like
Gaddis?
never run.
Chad Gaddis and Sweetfoot Brown have been on my practice squad for like years. They've been there since the jump.
Yeah, Chad Gaddis. Isn't he fake?
Is he? I don't.
No. +4 speed, Chad. He's totally fake. I would know if Chad Gaddis was a real human. He played
From
in
Miami? That's
I
the
would
type
totally
of guy
know
that I
this
could
man
that
existed.
could like be an undrafted backup for Miami. Because Britton Brown sounds fake, but then you see that he's real.
Britton is too like unique for Madden to add that. Chad Gaddis is a total Madden name.
And it also is a total backup Miami running back name for no reason, and you know it's true.
Yeah, I'll look him up. I'll give
Look
him
at
a bone.
Spiegel.
Chad.
Spiegel's up to a
Gaddis.
65.
No, Chad Gaddis is not a real human.
Not.
No.
Spiegel's up to a 65 now. 75 speed, 86 excel.
Look at the bicep vein.
Speed.
Spiegels him. You been in the gym?
Jared.
Jer Bear?
Let's upgrade you in overall, buddy, because we are trading you.
They give Jonathan Abram a face scan?
Yeah. He's like good, but we cut him. He has like, look at his hit power.
Y'all like always cut random people. I know he hits like a truck, yeah.
We always like cut guys that are like actually good.
Like Mullen.
We like signed Demarius Randall the other year, and it was like a big move for us, and then we did nothing.
We signed like Josh Gordon.
Re-sign players. This is where we... I don't know. That's Merrick, and we're going to bring him back.
Jamar, Micah, Renfro, Merrick, Hobbs. Gosh, this is stacked. Divine. Derek
Is this a
Forrest.
good offer?
12 over 4?
I'd have 83 million remaining in cap. I'm gonna do it. Franchise tagged. Cause I fringe. I just want him for this upcoming season. I fringe don't need him after this.
You getting a safety after the next draft?
Probably. Like this is the quarterback. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you scouted any other position other than quarterback?
I've looked a little bit, but I don't really remember any. That was a while back. I did
Might be
remember
like a
quarterbacks.
generational stud.
There's not. I like know the
There's a
rest of
Tracy
it.
Torrance.
I know the rest of it.
Yeah, I know. I've
Like I have non-favorited whatevers, but like I don't.
Clayton Harriet.
I don't remember any of these guys like at all.
Shamir DiCavarlo. You totally favored him because his name.
Where?
He's like a defensive tackle. His name is Shavir
D. Carvalho. And he's 6'6", 307. With A through C finesse, and he's undrafted. So, yeah.
Wake.
Bring him.
Probably drop out. Dumb as a brick. Went to Wake.
Nick Enriquez. Bryce Buckner. Nazir Stevens. Don't the rich get richer?
What?
Grady Lee. Grady Lee.
Rich get richer.
Yeah. Buckner might be
Bryce, Rich get richer Buckner.
He's probably on the team. He's a day 3 and has Grady Elite.
Rich get richer Buckner.
No, I was
For
just
Stevens.
I was just saying rich get richer because I think I have the best wide receiver room that anybody's ever had in Madden, and I'm like fringe drafting Bryce Buckner with elite speed and elite acceleration. Theo Starks
Coolidge.
day 3 is like gonna be insane.
Tried Trio Martin.
And undrafted PJ Ellerby with A ball carrier vision. That's all I needed to see. A ball carrier. He's gonna be good.
I'm just going through Facebook right now, and Preston started like a GoFundMe. Not like for himself, but he's like raising money for some like foundation, and the picture that he posted for like the foundation is us after that one football game. And like White House parking lot when I was like playing like Grove Street Party, and you were like in the middle of our student section.
So what's he raising money for?
Voice for the Needy for his birthday.
What? What?
Totally scammed. Give money to this foundation for my birthday.
It's like so he can buy COD or like Modern Warfare televisions. It's like, oh, it's V-Bucks. Look at Theo Starks, a day 3 running back with A ball carrier vision, B break tackle, B carrying, A stiff arm, and B trucking.
Classic
like
McDaniels to have like a
all
bell cow
all around stud at running back, but nobody
out of
that
Navy.
just yeah.
That's
Theo.
rare.
Theo
I rarely see
Starks.
people out of Navy.
Theo Starks is in the Navy. The U.S. Navy, Theo Starks.
Wait, what's his
oh
age? Let's see if Madden gets it right. You have to stay all 4 at Navy, don't you?
He's 22. He got it right.
Okay. TV up, Mad.
I didn't think that's a thing. Man, it's about to go down with these boys. Even the ones not hearted.
Woodard.
I see all this.
Woodard. What could have? Oh, his talent revealed to 1 to 2 though.
Who?
So his overall, Woodard has 1 to 2 talent. That's probably going to be like a 73 overall.
Yeah, all these. Everybody, look.
I know, I couldn't see this on the FaceTime. So go to quarterback. Get out of all.
Brett Floyd's around 2 to 3 talent, but I don't. That matters to me,
The
but
top
not.
3 up there are the highest overall. But
Yes, I
know
know.
what you're saying. Overall doesn't actually matter.
Their skills matter and what they're good at matters, which is why Brett has a big pro
Their
day coming
traits.
up, and he's a Heisman winner. Lindsley, big pro day coming up, Heisman winner. Pitts,
Out of the first round, other than Gordon Pitts, go up, go.
Gordon. No, I don't care what it says in talent. I don't know if I trust that.
Gordon and then the guy up there. Like,
Look at that.
Worst. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then look at
His
this.
Throw power ain't all that. He's gonna
Look
have
at
like
this.
a zappy arm.
B deep, C mid, B short, C on run, B under pressure.
Jubby's
That's-
evaluation of Pitts is just a fast zappy.
but extremely athletic. A awareness, A spin, A break sack, B carrying, A
Athletically,
injury,
like,
A
running,
juke.
but not arm. His arm is mediocre at best.
Fast over the top. His
He's a
arm is
mid-arm.
he's decent to solid at best.
Decent to solid is basically zappy.
When is pro day? After
Free
off
agency
season.
Week 1. Free agency week 1. So if you sim like 1 week, you'll be able to see their combine.
Okay. I want to see their pro days as well. Both matter deeply. I need like glasses. Oh, Nick Porter's actually pretty good, but he's just not fast. The James Madden. The strong arm from James Madison. That's how they refer to him.
The border thrower from J-Moo.
This is the deepest, most difficult decision.
The boulder thrower from J-Moo.
Man, deep accuracy.
Clark is the guy, bro.
But he's not everywhere
Fast
else.
over the top. How old is he?
He's not good at throwing on the run. 22 from Cincy. You think he's the guy? He's probably the guy along with Lindsley.
Go back to his skills. Lindsley looks good, fast over the top. What's his skills? Okay. He's
Yeah.
like a good, overall good, great athlete. With an elite Excel. Go to his skill. There
Look
you
at
go.
that. It's a beautiful
Oh.
chart. Yeah. It's difficult. It's extremely difficult.
Go back to Clark. Go back to.
It's
go back to
it's extremely
Carl.
difficult. And there's other
Go back
people
to
that
you, Clark.
there's other people that make a statement as well.
Let me see Clark one more time.
It's not as good looking, but it's good where it really does matter for a player like him.
Okay, so Lindsley is a better overall player But
Clark
Clark
has
is a
the
more
cannon.
pocket passer.
Clark
He's a pocket
has the
passer.
cannon. And this is not racial, but black players look cooler. And so
This is true.
He has that going for him.
Yeah, I know.
He has
I agree.
the Stecker effect.
If Curtis Lindsley was black, he would be the guy immediately.
Oh, yes. Lindsley, hands down.
Like Leach is ruining his stock by looking like that.
Connor
You can't
Cash.
tell me otherwise.
Connor Cash improved his stock by being white. The last name like Cash, it's
If he was black though,
It
would
wouldn't
be kinda
work.
too much.
Connor, yeah, Cash. That doesn't sound like.
It's like
sounds like
kinda
a
racist if you were to do that.
Sounds like a white thing.
Hold on, let me see if I can just do controller, because I'm like wearing a mic while laying down.
Talk to me.
Hang on. Through my... Ugh.
Rudy, good night, man.
How the mighty have fallen.
This is down low. And this is a day 3 with B accuracy, B short, and B under pressure. And great elite.
Controller speaker. No. I'm like trying to see this crap.
Spellman. Man, Spellman is super. I love Spellman's bag.
Hang on, let me go up here and turn on my controller volume so I can talk to the controller.
Spellman's bag is like one that I want. Fast flick of the wrist throwing motion. Spellman. Decent to solid, solid to good. Tebow Spellman. Tebow Spellman.
Tebow Spellman?
Yes. Solid good, solid good. A trucking, A stiff arm.
That's my pro comparison. 6'6" Tebow.
He's 6'2".
Oh, he's 6'2"? Okay, then yeah, Tebow. He's Tebow.
Dobbins isn't bad himself.
And overall wise, he's not like far off.
Dobbins' ability when it comes to under pressure and on the run is intriguing.
This draft class has Tebow? Like 9 other like...
Tebow's a day 3.
level.
Tebow's undrafted. Undrafted. Tebow Spellman, undrafted. With Jarek Martin being a day 3 guy. Having
Grady... Any other draft is a top 10 pick.
Great elite, C, B, A, C, C. If Jarrett had like B awareness,
if he had like B short and B deep, he's a top 5 pick in like any draft. 6'6", 230.
Rudy's great elite. You like Rudy because it's just, listen, he's a day 3 with B deep accuracy, B under pressure, C mid, and B short.
And his name's Rudy Wilson.
And he's 6'5", 230, and has elite throw power. Like, I know his skills aren't like insane, but he's a day 3.
So we know
he's a day 3.
We know. Listen. We know who's good. We need to narrow it down. Who's going to be in the QB battle?
We need to narrow it down to.
I think.
What's the round 1 pick? Because I may have 1 to 2 picks in round 1. I may have 1 to 2 picks in round. I think it's Clark and Lindsley.
Clark.
I think that Woodard. What was Woodard? Why do I?
Though.
Woodard messed up in his bowl game.
Yeah.
A awareness, A mid, A short, A trucking, B deep.
He's good, but he's not.
Let's get the pro days. Let's get the pro days. This is going to change the game.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to drop risers and fallers.
I'm going to start a new Brody for this.
All right,
I want to. This is like a.
Controller, so.
Okay.